We want so often, because it makes life easier and more palatable, we want so often to simplify a problem that's not always simple. And so when we look at what we're looking at now, let's say you're one of these people who thinks there are some police departments out there that are racist. Well, it's not all of them, though, right? I mean, everybody can agree on that. It's certainly not all of them. You and I could argue all day long about the statistics and whatnot, but I think everybody on earth would say, well, it's not every police department. That's ridiculous. So if it's not every police department, if each city and each department has its own problems, why would I want a new federal law for any reason? Why aren't these protests actually more focused on cities? And that's where the problem is, right? If you're tearing apart Target in Minneapolis for whatever reason, isn't your problem with the Minneapolis police? They're not rioting against the Federal Bureau of Investigation, although you can argue that'd be warranted. As far as I know, there's nobody rioting against the FBI. The people in New York City, they're rioting against the NYPD. Houston, they're rioting against the Houston PD. Why are the riots then not focused on the individual cities who everybody appears to have a problem with? It would simplify the problem, right? Don't just, Black Lives Matter. Okay, well, what does that mean? Oh, there's racism. Okay, well, who's racist? America. All right, well, that's probably not true. Who in America? Cops. Okay, all the cops? Well, no, some of them. Okay, who? You see what I'm saying? Is we're about to get to this new federal law and whatnot, but I get very, very nervous when I ask somebody about politics and we have a political discussion and I can't ever get specifics. I get really, really nervous when I get bumper stickers. You see, if you ask me policy things I want, Jesse, we're going to make you king for a day. You can have all the policies you want. I'm an idiot, and I can give you about 9,000 of those. Well, let's see. We're going to defund this. Well, completely eliminate that. Oh, yep, we're going to eliminate that too. Yep, we're going to slash that. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. I mean, I can give you a laundry list of specifics. You know what I get when I ask for specifics on what these things want? Well, less racism. That's not a specific. We have to more education. Okay, what do you mean more education? Do you mean you want a new school building? Do you mean you want new teachers? I don't get specifics. And when I don't get specifics, here's what it leads me to believe. That all this is the hostage situation, and you're going to accept whatever ransom you can get. That's what I think. I also think a new federal law is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
We cannot settle for anything less than transformative structural change, which is why the Justice in Policing Act will remove barriers to prosecuting police misconduct and covering damages by addressing the quality immunity doctrine. It will demilitarize the police by limiting the transfer of military weaponry to state and local police departments. It will combat police brutality by requiring body and dashboard cameras, banning chokeholds, no-knock warrants in drug cases, and end racial profiling. Will finally make lynching, Mr. Hoyer, a federal hate crime. And I salute Chairwoman Bass and Representative Bobby Smith and our two distinguished senators, Harrison Booker and others, for their work in helping to pass H.R. 35 this year. Police brutality is heartbreaking reflection of an entrenched system of racial injustice in America. True justice can only be achieved with full, comprehensive action. That's what we are doing today. This is a first step. There is more to come. In the coming weeks, the House will hold hearings, mark up the bill. Once the House passes it, the Justice and Policing Act, Leader McConnell will hopefully, he must swiftly take it up. Leader in the Congress, the president must not stand in the way of justice. The Congress and the country will not relent until this legislation is made into law.
First of all, I understand a lot of you are afraid of public speaking. I get that. Totally get that. You stand up in front of people. What if they're going to laugh at me or whatnot? Let me give you a little heads up on that. Maybe somebody pass this along to Nancy Pelosi. You want to take deep breaths, okay? Deep, slow breaths to calm yourself down. That way you're not doing this the entire time because it's distracting. My word. Take a breath, calm down. That's one. Two, you know the best part of that? We're going to ban lynching at a federal level. Oh, what? You mean we're going to make murder illegal? Thank the good Lord. That is such a huge problem we're going to tackle now at a federal level. I always thought murder was already illegal. Silly me. We better get this thing passed through. I mean, what a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense. Again, we don't need any federal reforms. None of them. Minneapolis might need specific reforms. Maybe New York. Maybe, rural Wyoming. Maybe every individual police department needs reforms. I promise you, what we don't need is any federal bill, ever, when it comes to police reform. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.